welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody who's just been with us a few months now, but Mac Movement is bringing a lot of artistic talent into some animations and interesting storytelling as well. You'll get the idea when you read from their About section. When I look at their page here, I see one of the videos I've got, the red line is not all the way across. I don't know why that is. It could be because I went back for a comment or changed up my accounts while I was in the middle of running a playlist. But I'm going to take that video and rerun it. I've got a special playlist. We call it my catch-up list here, and it's literally made for me to get or keep caught up with creators. Mac Movement, the reason I'm putting this channel up today, luckily they mentioned in a chat that they had done a shout-out. Otherwise, I don't know when I would have seen it, but they just put this up. And this is, I almost fell off my chair, because it is excellently done, and they actually shouted out another couple of creators that are very familiar to us as well. So I hope everybody will check this out. And I don't watch videos here, but I'm going to just show you a screenshot. I just about lost it when I saw this. They got me on a good hair day, so thank goodness. But they do a really interesting job with storytelling and really incorporating the things that they know about the subjects in their videos, including the shoutouts they gave to some of us today, which is really, really cool. Pardon me, I'm always happy to hear creators shouting each other out, and Mac Movement is climbing quickly, which is great to know. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,700, 1,800, 3,700 views with random content, including a lot of outdoor footage, and then live streams on their channel as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these again. It's been a couple of weeks, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And thank you, Jesse, for the raid today, by the way, and Michael's Adventures for the raid before that. We did one of those raid parade kind of ideas today, and there's a video coming up from Kristen Welton right after Tuber Chat today. Michael's Adventures will have his premiere afterwards at 8 o'clock, a little bit distant from that, the ending of Kristen Welton's premiere, but we'll see whether Michael's Adventures wants to move his or leave it as be. He's on twice a day, as a matter of fact, but both Jesse and Michael and Kristen are all beloved and dedicated moderators here, so it's kind of cool that we've got a little bit of that going on. And thank you to all the raiders who came in. Thank you to our moderators, Scratch and Pete, for the reminder on the time limit on the chat so we didn't lose anybody. I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are if it wasn't for our moderators, and I know we've got a lot of very dedicated friends. Butler Family Farm, I'm just putting on the wheel now. The Bud Files is there. And Rushingwood Mountain and Tim Mitchell were both early in the door with Cruise Life 22 and Coach Julie at Edens. And then Canadian Family Life and Just Jason Keto are also on the wheel. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then we will add names over the course of the stream. We should be here for 3 hours or so. And Jeremy D-Day is going to be added. He's been a friend of mine for 6 years, since before our Tuber Chat was even a channel, if you can believe that. And then Desert Living just grabbed a membership, so thank you for keeping that going. I'm going to put them on the wheel also. And I'll grab names from the chat list over the course of the stream if I didn't say that already. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation while we're doing what we're doing here. So I'll keep an eye on that. Monique Powell, good to see you in the house. Gloria's Platters, a longtime dear friend. The How-To Lady is familiar with Gloria's Platter. They've both been with us for about 5 years, if I remember correctly. Right from almost the beginning of Tuber Chat. In a few months, we'll be coming up on our 6-year anniversary, but for now, we're still saying 5.5. Simply Debbie Sue, it's good to have you here. Ms. G, your fave auntie, good to have you in the house. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Mary Catherine loves cats. I think she originally came to us from Jesse Journals and Unboxes channel a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And then Kaz Crafts and More from the UK might still be in the chat. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody, but as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Yes, Nomads is in the house as well. And right before we started today, a super chat was dropped by Greenland Quilter Katie. She's done that a million times before, and she usually does that to promote another channel. So Sherry Yurton, Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World, is a longtime friend to us here in Tuber Chat. I know she'll be happy to have that promotion. And then as well, we know that Greenland Quilter Katie gifted a membership right after as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel like we always do. So Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World, is one of our quilting friends. We have many of these creators do a lot of crafting and other ideas outside of quilting. Some of them have quilting channels. So we'll see what the tip of the day is from Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World. What I notice about a lot of these creators is they want to share resources and knowledge with each other, along with tips and tricks. Like a lot of our homesteading friends and people in other genres and categories, we'll talk about that as the stream goes on. Looks like a couple of the newer shorts have overtaken the top positions here. 2,200, 3,200 on a couple of these, so she'll be happy for that. And then a couple of live streams coming up. I'm not sure, this must be a duel. You notice the iPhone or smartphone icon that's right beside the title. When you use the YouTube system to set up two streams at the same time, it might be StreamYard that she's using, what happens is it automatically drops that iPhone or the smartphone icon to denote the fact that it's a vertical live stream, so people have their choice. They can go to one or the other if everybody prefers one over the other, as many people do. And it's a great way to drive subscribers, because your live stream will end up in the shorts feed, as we know, for vertical live streams and things like that. And it's great to see a lot of our friends experimenting with these features as well. So that live stream is actually going to be starting any moment. So I'll have to go into the replay squad for that. But Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World, is an incredibly supportive creator, closing in on 700 subscribers. I won't be surprised to find that they hit that 700 during their live stream today. And if anybody hasn't already connected with them, they are a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I'd love for you to get some support coming back to you from them after you connect with them right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Headphone Healing, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Michael Harper, thank you for the super chat. Yes, Super Bowl Sunday. You know, I watch so little football, to be honest with you. I'll use the excuse I'm in Canada, even though we have our own football that I also don't watch very much of. But I didn't even realize, first of all, that we were crashing right into Super Bowl Sunday. And then even when I did realize it, I was reminded that, no, the kickoff isn't going to be until after Tuber Chat anyway. So we just barely missed that. But I'm sure most of our friends have got food cooking and getting ready for game day. And the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, I've got you on the wheel. Michael Harper will be up next because of that super chat. Like I said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel afterwards. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next almost 3 hours. And the Feral Grandma, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate everybody coming in and the shares and the raids from Michael and Jesse today. Whenever you change the time, or at least whenever I change the time on a live stream, the 30-minute notifications don't seem to go out, at least if it's done within the last 24 hours or maybe even longer than that. So it's one thing to think about. You want to try to be sure if you're setting a live stream in advance, and I always recommend setting them in advance if you can. You want to be on time. A lot of people get frustrated when the host doesn't show up on time. I try to be on time every day. But if you can set them in advance and stick to the time, it's the best thing for those 30-minute notifications. Tim Mitchell, thank you for the gifted memberships. He's gifting 5 memberships right now, and he's done that a million times before as well. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. I'll talk about the Cards Against Humanity game that they were playing last night on one of their channels that I was lucky enough to catch, sort of. I was driving at the time, so I had to listen and not watch, but I can hear a lot of interaction happening from the chat while Chef CV is going through that game, and I've played that game in real life more than once, so I know how fun it can be. Greenland Quilter Katie up on the screen, like I said, dropped a super chat for Sherry Yurt in My Quilting World and gifted a membership. So for that reason, we've got that channel up here right now. Now, Greenland Quilter Katie is going to bring us a lot of quilting, and she's actually got a podcast on the channel that continues. A lot of live streams. We'll go and have a look at that. Once in a while she does something different, like a series of shopping videos. She did that last Christmas, and just over a year ago when she started coming into the Tuber Chat family, these were the first videos I was seeing. Beautiful looks around Greenland, water-based views with mountains, icebergs, glaciers, things that we might expect, and then the shorts give us a lot of what we might not have otherwise seen. Beautiful looks around all kinds of different areas of Greenland, mostly outdoor content. 2,900, 3,200 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she's got a live stream coming up tonight at 7:30 Eastern, and we should be able to catch that one. And we'll talk about more live streams that we know of that are coming up today. If anybody's got stuff coming up, you can go ahead and mention it. What we try to avoid is a lot of overdoing that or self-promotion. You never want to make it seem like you're trying to get people to leave one stream to go to yours. You can make a lot of creators really, really angry by doing that kind of thing. Most people never do it anyway, but you know what I mean. But by all means, when asked if anybody's got stuff coming up for today, like Brown Girl Bella probably already did her Sunday sips, or it's coming up. Brown Girl Bella's been with us from the beginning. She's actually been with me since before the beginning, as long as Jeremy D-Day. These creators have been with me for well beyond 6 years now, if you could believe that. They inspired the thought behind this channel. Handicapped Traveler, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And then, like I said, if anybody's got stuff coming up today, by all means, you can mention it. Sam's Logs Train Some More, another beloved and dedicated moderator from the UK, is in the house. Some of our friends in the UK can't be with us, and other parts of the world when we do our streams at 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern, which we usually do. So I'm happy to try to mix things up and do earlier ones from time to time. Next Sunday, we're going to try to go much earlier at probably noon Eastern. Which should grab us a few people we haven't been able to see in a while. And then links won't work here. Headphone healing. The best idea is always to support other creators with all the things you wish they would do for you, meaning like connect with them, head to their channel, leave a comment on their video, and as people get to know your channel and your intentions, they'll reach out to you for the idea of making music. And by all means, if you want to message me outside on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or somewhere, I have a copyright-free music channel as well. So all the music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat was ghost produced, right? I bought it from people on either Fiverr or ghost production sites and stuff. A while back, there's about 60 tracks there, and I'm still looking for more. So we could talk about that. PK Adventure Travels is in the house. Ryan and Melinda, I've got them on the wheel. Ryan actually did a birthday live stream. His birthday, I can't remember for the life of me, Ryan, and forgive me if you mentioned it in the last stream, when your birthday actually is or was. I thought it passed already, but I was led to believe maybe that was not true. And then Thursday night, they did the celebration, though, and Melinda put a lot of work into that and got a lot of friends together. You'll see what I mean if you go and hit the replay. Dave's Adventures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for the like. He is very much with Kaz's Crafts and more from the UK, and I often mention the idea of in real life friends and family members supporting each other. I find it extra special when that's the case. And we've got a lot of husband and wife combos, some cousins, some friends, and things like that. Brown Girl Bella, thank you for keeping that membership going. By the way, she's been one of our longest standing members, as a matter of fact, literally years of membership. So I've got her on the wheel. Members always get added to the wheel with moderators right away. Stephen Wire, good to see you in the house. Tim Mitchell's dropping a super chat for the Moose Barbecue as well. So thank you for the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And then let's get to Michael Harper, because he dropped a super chat earlier also. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Scratch and PPA. February 11th. Oh, so it's coming up. Ryan's birthday's coming up. Are we on the 11th? I think we're on the 12th. I forget if I put it on Tuesday. I think Wednesday this week. So happy birthday to Ryan. PK Adventure Travels. Ryan and Melinda have been incredibly supportive creators ever since joining us here in Superchat. It's got to be a year now. If not longer, and forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. I make mistakes with that all the time. Trish the Natural is also in the house. Thank you for keeping that membership going also. She's one of our longest standing members. Look at some of these numbers, right? You know, I'm as excited as anybody would expect when we have members, you know, that are here, and it's not necessary. Right? Not everybody needs to be a member or super chat to get onto the wheel or the screen. We make sure that that's open to everyone, and we will put up channels today from the chat list, regardless of things like super chats and memberships, if that makes any sense. But you can get excited about the idea that people have been with you in that way for so long. And the reason why I mention it right now is to hopefully instill maybe inspiration and possibly motivation in the idea that that kind of thing is available for everybody who wants to be monetized on YouTube, which is most of us. And it's interesting to notice that people will be supporting you years into the future. Years, I'm not kidding. And it's always a great feeling, of course, but hopefully everybody finds that exciting. The more of that there is for anybody means the more of that there is for everybody. Right? So I hope that jealousy doesn't play its part when it comes to people seeing that kind of activity on each other's channels, as opposed to the idea of being happy for each other, truly, being truly invested in each other's success, if that makes sense. And then realizing that if there's more and more of that, everybody's doing as much as they can for each other, then everybody will be just fine and get exactly what they want out of YouTube. That's what we wish. New Times, New Beginnings is in the house. Chef Stevie is also here. Thank you for coming in. I enjoyed the... I probably was on there for 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer last night on Cards Against Humanity, on one of their channels. We'll talk about that in a moment. Judgment Day Mike Harper is up here. This is another longtime friend. He's been with us for a few years as well. Judgment Day Mike Harper dropped a super chat. He's done that a million times. He's got a movie I've seen more than once right on the front page here, Captain Phillips. I've seen that a couple of times. And what he's doing over here is giving us reviews of different movies. I'm sure a lot of people here recognize a lot of the thumbnails you see there. He's got a premiere coming up, and that's actually today in a few few hours, so we'll be looking forward to that. It'll be right after Superchat and Kristen Welton. And then there are shorts on this channel as well. These are a little bit different, but these have moved into 1,800, 2,000, and even 2,200 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Now, Michael Harper might be talking about movies, but a lot of wrestling as well. A big WWE fan, as a lot of people are. What I have often said over the years, if you really want to see how marketing, branding, and excitement are built, WWE does a job that is just outstanding and really stands at the top of all of that stuff in the world compared to everybody. WWE really knows how to make a huge production out of everything, right? When they have a new WWE superstar, they are literally a world celebrity superstar. Michael Harper has another channel as well, and over here we get more of a look into the creator, but what he's doing over here is more reviews specifically of DVDs and possibly Blu-rays, but that can include television shows and movies, and then a little bit of random content as well. We see shorts over here, and these have started to move into 700 views, 1,000 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. He's done those as an experiment, and we'll see if he's going to continue with that. But we've got notifications on for every single channel, of course, and that's again in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Makeup Mom and Son is in the house, and Warm Strong Adventures is here. I've got them on the wheel as well. Monique Powell is on there also, and Vintage V Mars is in the house. That's Vintage V. I just watched a video from them earlier today. It's Me Alec is another enthusiastic creator, happens to be a member with usually more than one of their 11 or 14 channels, or however many they have now, for which I'm grateful. Alec is a very enthusiastic creator, but I can't say it enough. Things like Super Chats and memberships, even though I mention them frequently, are absolutely unnecessary here. Appreciated when they happen. Demoose Barbecue and Outdoor Adventures is an interesting supporter, because this is somebody I run into probably daily on other channels, pretty close to it. They're always out supporting others in their live streams and premieres. Particularly, I find them in the homesteading community more than anything else. But most of us are supporting channels, probably all of us are supporting channels outside of our own genres, niches. The idea is to support each other as creators. And what that leads to is making some of your supporters, many of them, into fans of your style of content or your genre. What I mean by that is that somebody who's got a quilting channel or a lottery ticket scratching channel or a baking channel or anything like that can connect with somebody doing something different, like homesteading or camping or hiking or, you know, playing hockey or all the different things people can do. And then they might start being more interested in that type of content. Some of the things we find on YouTube I didn't even know existed before we got here. Squirrel's World, good to see you in the house. That's another longtime friend. They've been with us for years also. And I keep saying that because, again, I just want to instill the idea that everybody here has the ability to make new friends that will be with you for years. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Oh, I caught Together We Travel actually on Nick and Dee Nimen's live stream the other day. If some of you know who Nick Nimen is, he's a very popular YouTuber, one that I follow probably in my top 10, if not top 5 list, with people like Sean Cannell and Daryl Eves and Sonny Lenarduzzi and a few others. But I accidentally caught them for a live stream, and Together We Travel was in there. So it's great to know that a lot of people here are likely following some of those bigger channels that talk about the same things we tend to talk about here. Always looking to learn more and do better on our YouTube channels and with our videos. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. God Will Never Fail Us as a member. I'm going to get them on the wheel. Sally D's Reality is also in the house, if I didn't already say hello. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I know I say that a million times, but as long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships earlier. Thank you again, by the way, Michael Harper, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Tim Mitchell also dropped one so that we would look at the Moose Barbecue. And when people do that, again, it's absolutely unnecessary here, but we've seen it many, many, many times. And it kind of really shows us some of the people behind the channels who have been incredibly supportive to others. Right, like the Moose Barbecue I'm just talking about means that they have had that much impact on Tim Mitchell that Tim Mitchell wants to go over and above to make sure that they get some extra exposure, which is really, really cool. Tim Mitchell is producing videos and live streams for a couple of other channels, but he's got his own channel here, a little bit of outdoor footage to get the channel started, a lot of dash cam footage to go along with the outdoor videos, and some of the shorts have done well, 1,500, 1,600, 1,900 views on some of these. He's working on 400 subscribers and actually getting close. I'm not able always to catch him for these live streams. I was catching him frequently a while back, and then I started a new full-time Monday to Friday thing, and I usually am away from the computer, phone, and everything else during the days, and I can't get on until the evenings. He's usually on Tuesdays, but this past week he had a later day and I had an earlier afternoon, which was kind of cool, so I was able to catch him. When we look at Chef CV, let me get to her by the handle today. We see Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And this is a channel where Chef CV is going to help us navigate the kitchen. She's going to make interesting meals and dishes with interesting combinations that are put together somewhat by the audience with that mystery wheel of misfortune that we'll talk about in a second. If you dig through the channel a little bit, though, you'll find that Chef CV's helping us navigate the kitchen, talking about some of the bakeware, cookware, appliances, maybe even product review style videos. I saw a live stream the other day, I think it was, where she was going over one of the, it wasn't an air fryer. Was it an air fryer? I keep getting confused whether it was an Instant Pot that does air frying or an air fryer that I thought did, it was sous vide, right? Sous vide she was doing. And then there's a video here talking about Chef CV and Tim Mitchell. I always like stories like that. It's a 9-minute video, a perfect video to connect with and watch. And then they've got shorts over here. They've got 1,200, 1,300, 1,500. There's that mystery wheel of misfortune again. And then that is featured in the live streams where the audience is able to contribute ingredients that will be added to the mystery wheel of misfortune. Chef CV will spin and be all but forced to make whatever comes up. In the latest live stream, I was just replaying this. I didn't get a chance to watch, but she was working on some game day food. So I know a lot of people will be working on that literally right now while we're doing what we're doing here. Interesting ingredients make their way onto that mystery wheel of misfortune, and they're live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, so everybody has a chance to catch them. Miss TT Mix Vlogs, I saw a thumbnail from you today that I thought was great. I wondered if you were using Canva or something else. There's a picture of you. I can't remember for the life of me what you're holding, but the text was up in the top right corner and it looked great. Ms. G, your fave auntie, is still in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I am going to try to pronounce this name, and forgive me if I trip over it. Nicole Roden Hissler is in the house. Might be Nicole Roden Hissler. I'll say it that way unless you correct me. And I always want everybody to not feel shy about helping me if I make mistakes or if I misunderstand a couple of things like the pronunciation of your channel name. I always want to promote everybody the way they want to be promoted. And then Living and Cooking is in the house. That's a long time friend. They've been with us many years as well. Tim Mitchell is going to go live with Chef CV on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official a little bit later today after the Super Bowl. So that's interesting to know. We'll be looking forward to that and should be able to catch it. And then they've got one more channel for us to look at. Pardon me while I'm clicking all over the place and I don't really know what's happening. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. I find most mistakes in life are made when rushing, and it includes being on the computer as well. The unofficial, official off-topic squirrel is a complimentary channel where Chef CV is going to give us a little bit of a different look into her life. She might take us on some interesting outside adventures. They've got another series of videos here. And we'll see how that continues to play out. The latest one was somewhat of a music video, and then we get into shorts over here with more variety and some outdoor adventure. 1200, 1500 on one of these, which is great to see. And then here's the live stream. So this is the one. They do this every first Saturday of every month. They play Cards Against Humanity, and the audience in the chat gets to participate. So last night was a really fun time, and hopefully everybody will catch them. We always have notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of catching each other as often as we can. Yeah, I might be lost. And then the unofficial, official off-topic squirrel is working on a couple of hundred subscribers. We would love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Thank you again, Tim Mitchell, for the gifted memberships. I know all 5 of those recipients will be happy to have them. And thank you again for the extra super chat for Demoose Barbecue. I always appreciate that. I know they'll be happy to have had that as well. And then Kaz's Craft some more. There you go right there. I love talking about that stuff. Dave's Adventures. They have both been friends of ours since pretty much the beginning, 5.5 years now, from the UK. And it's great to know that her husband is helping her with her channel. And I can't tell you how many times Kristen Welton and I bounce ideas off each other and talk about things that are working or give each other, you know, insight as to what we've seen. The conversation doesn't stop in our household when the next when Super Chat is finished. And then forgive me, Dave's Adventures, I must have missed your Super Chat coming in right before Tim Mitchell there. Tristan Natural is up right now, but Dave's Adventures will be the next channel that we look at. We'll take a break for a few minutes, and then we'll come back, look at that channel, and likely start spinning the wheel shortly. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Trish the Natural is a long-time dear friend. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Sunny Side Up is in the house. It's good to see you here. Vintage V Foodie, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I caught you because Tim Mitchell was saying hello there. Whistle Stop Homestead, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Your channel will be up right after Dave's Adventures. And then when we look at Trish the Natural, you might recognize this creator. She's collaborated probably dozens, at least a dozen times, maybe dozens of times with our dear friend I Am Betty J. Gather. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator, and Trish the Natural has been with us for many years now. This creator has a professional look to her thumbnails, but the outstanding part is these bright, bold headshots. And you see that regardless of the fact that the thumbnails get a different look on almost every video, the bright, bold headshots bring consistency and make her recognizable. The biggest thing about that on her channel is you'll notice when I roll over the video, you get exactly what you see on the thumbnail inside the video, right? And I think that's going to do really good for retention for her over the long term, because people understand within that first second that they're getting exactly what they expected when they clicked on the thumbnail. We're talking the opposite of clickbait. So Trish the Natural as well has got shorts over here. This creator's got some celebrity shout outs that have gotten into 25,000, 28,000, 45,000. Typically she talks about natural hair care, other health, beauty, and lifestyle videos are included on the channel, and then she's got live streams here. So there she is with Betty. They're always singing and dancing and having a good time. Sometimes it's Trish the Natural herself, but she does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she's streaming as well. So hopefully everybody will connect and push her towards the 4,500 subscribers we know she's thinking of. Vintage V Foodie, I'm going to try to remember that now. So that's Vintage V from Vintage V Mars with a foodie channel. I don't think I've seen that one yet either, so I'll keep that in mind. But thank you for letting me know. For anybody with more than one channel, I don't want to recommend anybody start more than one channel. I promise you it's more than double the work to have more than one. But if you have more than one and I don't know about the other one, or I forget and it's active, then by all means just let us know. And if I forget at any time, I try to put 2 of them up for every creator. Occasionally I go a little bit farther. But if I do forget, just give us a nudge in the chat, and we'll try to make sure we stay on top of that. And then what we're going to do right now, we'll take a break for 3.5 minutes, and then we'll come right back. We do this occasionally through the stream. Come back with Dave's Adventures and then Whistle Stop Homestead. They both drop super chats. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then what we'll do right now, though, is have a listen to a clip from an interview series of videos that we have on the channel now. There's 5 episodes up, a 6th one on the way. And what these are conversations with creators who are longtime dear friends of ours. And they're, they've been part of the Superchat family literally for years. They've been through all the things we're going through. They're still going through all the same things today, but they have all passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion.
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna spiral, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just change the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like that, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great," but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. I'm usually late in adding names from the chat list onto the wheel, so I want to do it a little bit earlier today. So we've got Handicapped Traveler on there right now. They're a long time dear friend. I see Holla in the house. Timmy Does Everything is in the chat as well. Good to have you here. And then hopefully I'm not missing anyone. And Dave's Adventures is up on the screen right now. From the UK, this creator actually started with a lot of roller coasters from theme parks and things like that, but they've really expanded the content into even more almost travel, but particularly thinking about theme park footage more than anything else. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put that into that catch-up list I talk about. I can see I'm behind. This is who Kaz's Crafts and More is talking about in the chat when she says he's been helping with the thumbnails and things like that. I'm always happy to see a husband and wife combo, or any in real life friends and family and things like that supporting each other. A simple happy life. Good to see you in the house. And Sam's, Sal's camper life is here also. Dave's Adventures is working on 1,900 subscribers now, which is great to see. And like I said, they've been with us for probably 5.5 years, since almost the beginning of Tuber Chat. And then this creator's got a couple of live streams, so we'll see if those are going to continue. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. If I put Kaz's Crafts and More, let me see if I can search for it. Kaz's Crafts and More is here. And 500 subscribers, 509. They have to be excited. 500 is an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. So there's a bit more theme park footage here, but Kaz's Crafts and More, I believe, is known to be playing video games as well. So there's a lot of Tomb Raider lately. I believe they've mixed up the titles, and they tend to do these in series. And then this creator's got some shorts on the channel as well. So a mix of everything, getting into 3,900, 6,400 views. Some of those roller coasters really do well for both of these creators. And then Mickey's Magical Parade, obviously from Disneyland. So I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, and that'll be the next video that I watch from Kaz's Crafts and More. Hopefully everybody will connect with both Kaz's Crafts and More and her husband Dave's Adventures. They have both been incredibly supportive to us here in the Tuber Chat family for all these years. And then, thank you again, Dave's Adventures, for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. And for the same reason, Whistle Stop Homestead is coming up right now. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, Dan's making me laugh. Why don't we have ketchup and mustard and relish icons that we can use in the global, like, you know, online everything, the emojis? I don't know why they're not there. Whistle Stop Homestead is up on the screen right now. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know. I think I've said that like way too much already, because I should know a little bit more about what they're doing. Now, my impression tells me that they're a homesteading channel based on their title and their banner. Now, what we find from these creators is a lot of outdoor content, but a lot of bringing us into the home or doing a lot of cooking. So this is interesting as well. I've not done anything like this before. Birthday brisket from a few days ago. So Whistle Stop Homestead must have been celebrating a birthday. They actually tell us your destination for all things home and outdoors. What I have found over the years from our homesteading friends, because we have a vibrant community of homesteaders even within the Tuber Chat family, they tend to have a similar generosity at the forefront of their mind, learning to share knowledge and resources with each other, like I probably mentioned earlier. Whistle Stop Homestead has got some shorts on the channel, getting into 1,000 views, 1,500 on a couple of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So it looks like they've got StreamYard panels coming up. I think we saw some clips in the videos from these as well. Familiar faces on screen with them, which is great to see. Collaborating with others is one of the biggest things that we can do to grow our channels, not just organically and rapidly, but well, both of those things. The idea is that when you are featured on somebody else's channel, what will happen is you're not just going to gain a handful of subscribers, that's pretty much guaranteed, but you're going to get their most supportive supporters, because it's only the people who care very deeply about their content that are going to say, hey, who's this friend that they're so close to that they're promoting in front of everybody? Any friend of theirs should be a friend of mine, and that's kind of the idea, right? So this is where, like I said, you'll find yourself gaining a handful of really supportive supporters for yourself from your friends when you collaborate with them. StreamYard panels are a great way to get that done. CraftyWitch232, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, yeah, no condiments, Hollis6448. I find it to be the weirdest thing. There's a couple of vegetables in there. I know there's a tomato. I think there's broccoli. There's a few other things. But, yeah, I'm uncertain about some of the things that are missing. And then, let's see what we're going to do right now. I think we're about to spin the wheel. So thank you again, Whistle Stop Homestead, for another super chat. They've done that before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And that is really, really cool. Vintage VMARS. So they have more than one channel, and they're doing something that I recommend all the time. It's great to see creators have the foresight to get that done. If you have more than one channel, a trick is to feature your channels on your own front pages. And what I mean by that is a little bit of cross-promoting. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here, because we do the same thing. But on our front page, you will find a handful of featured channels. These are favors that we trade with other creators. You'll see some familiar faces there. But basically, you can feature other people's channels on your front page, and you can imagine what it must do to the algorithm when your channel is featured on so many other people's front pages. So if you have featured Tuber Chat on your front page, please let me know and I'll return the favor. But we also have at the bottom of our front page the copyright-free music channel as well. If you haven't seen it yet, it's easy to find here, but all the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is copyright-free. We own it all, so everybody can use it all they want in all their videos, and it's there when you're making TikTok videos and Instagram shorts and our Instagram reels and YouTube shorts and all that. And then sometimes there are shout-outs. Like today, Mac Movement put out a video that gave a shout out for Tuber Chat, and I have two different places. I have one when people make a video for Tuber Chat, and then I have another one when people include us in a shout out video for many channels. Those are playlists, but I put that video on the front page as well. So, Butler Family Farm is up on the screen. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Kristen is telling me I got to see Timmy's comment, but I caught that. Yes, I would make a fantastic president. Let's all be honest here, if Canada had such a thing. But yeah, one can dream, right? Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. This is Jerry and Susan together. I talked about our homesteading friends. These creators bring homesteading content, but they actually have a farm that comprises 116 acres, and they bring us all over the property. They show it what it takes to maintain the property, to do all the things they need to do on the farm. They've got plenty of livestock to keep them busy. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, koi, and more. And then they bring us into their home as well. So in traditional homesteading fashion, they will take us outside, teach us how to grow and maintain many different things, but they'll bring us inside for some cooking, some canning, some preserving, some apiary, if that's the way you put that. And then Jerry brings us into the shop for some outstanding and remarkable woodworking as well. If you haven't seen it yet, I hope you'll look. For anybody that does know Butler Family Farm, I hope you'll look through the channel for some of Jerry's woodworking, because it is truly impressive. And then Butler Family Farm has shorts on the channel, and these have started to get into 12,000 views on a few of them, and then 54,000. Now you notice this channel has a lot of subscribers, so they have been using the YouTube promotion system, and that's something that's available in the YouTube studio. Not something that I personally use, but something that they share information about, so you can head over to their channel, and Jerry's willing to answer questions about that kind of thing. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings out there about it, but he's willing to share. And then Jerry and Susan have got live streams frequently. I've been on their channel with them a few times. Sometimes it's Jerry and Susan themselves, and sometimes they've got a StreamYard panel full of guests. Sometimes they're out for an in-real-life meetup with groups of creators of all sizes, sometimes a handful of people at a time, sometimes up to 70 channels of creators and supporters. And they tend to live stream from some of those bigger meetups, and then they'll take us traveling when they do that as well. They're on every Monday at 6:45 Eastern, and this married couple have been together over 41 years. They've been married 41 years. And you can get that they share everything on the channel, from the camera work to the responsibilities both indoors and outdoors. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm, everybody's BFF. You see they've passed their 135,000 now, and they continue to grow rapidly due to that promotion system. And then, pardon me, PK Adventure Travels is still in the house. I often clean up the wheel a little bit and remove names based on whether I've seen somebody personally in the last 20 minutes or half hour in the chat, but members and moderators will always be re-added to the wheel. Sarah Presswood is in the house as well. And then let's think about spinning, and we'll see who's coming up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Craft2Witch232 is up here. This is Andy, and this creator is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. This creator has grown their channel in what I would consider to be 100% organically. And I'll show you the reason why they've grown so rapidly here. This is one of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family in that way. So Andy is making a lot of different things. They actually let us know they craft all the things. They are engaging in cross stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, sewing, and much more. And when we look at this channel, some of the thumbnails give you an idea of the mix of different things they're creating. They've been collaborating with many different people as well. And they've got some shorts on the channel. This is where you get a look at what's happening on this channel almost every single day. Andy makes these things to sell at different conventions and shows and sales. And this creator has got some shorts featuring some serious pop culture references, getting into 10,000 and 14,000 views. Then live streams on the channel as well. Andy is on almost every night at 9 p.m. See, I haven't been catching them lately because that's literally my bedtime these days. I'm up before 5 every day, or pretty close to it. CraftyWitch232, though, does a great job of keeping up with the chat while they're streaming, and they tend to do these vertical live streams every night, or almost every night. And because they do a great job of keeping up with the chat, because they're getting exposure in the shorts feed, but all of their content fits within their very focused genre and niche of their crafting and creativity, the channel is growing rapidly. And when you get over there, there's always an engaging chat happening within these live streams as well. Andy's monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And hopefully everybody will connect so that you can get some of that support coming back to you also. And then PK Adventure Travels. Oh, over a year since becoming a member. PK Adventure Travels has been with us longer than I thought. I wonder if you've been here for 2 years already. Have you? Ryan and Melinda, I wonder about that. I remember so clearly the beginning of their channel, and it's Ryan and Mel. I keep saying Melinda because I remember when I had first learned, as soon as I hear somebody with the name Mel, I think Melissa right away. But I learned very quickly on their channel that it's Melinda. And these creators have a great back and forth as well. They bring travel from the perspective of travel agents. So they give us a really detailed and thorough look through all of the different types of travel that they bring on their channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I certainly do appreciate you keeping that membership going. It's absolutely unnecessary, of course, but always appreciated. And then one of our moderators is coming up now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Vintage VMars, Melva, they say, is mom to them. And then some people will remember from way back in the day, literally 6 years ago and 5.5 years ago, when we started Tuberchat, there was a channel called Melda and Amra, and they were doing grow streams where they were letting people connect the same way we do here. And then, with Eddie Lugo Studios and the collection of creators over there, like Jeremy and Cheryl are with Eddie all the time, and there's quite a group of travel channels together. Other channels too, but a lot of travel-based theme, talking cruising and things like that. And then thank you, Hala. Yes, our live streams wouldn't be able to be what they are if it wasn't for our moderators. I hope everybody will connect with all of them. They are some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. I've been here long beyond 8 years now. And hopefully that says something about their dedication, their loyalty, and their overwhelming sense of generosity, which leads to the idea that they will all not only allow but encourage people to connect the same way we do here in any of their premieres or live streams. So you'll meet more friends and family members when you're with any of them. They all have different channels and they all do different things. When we look at what Canadian Family Life is doing, they happen to be in New Brunswick. This is a true family channel. The whole family gets involved. And they do a lot of different things together. They do some crafting and creative ideas. There's a lot of cooking, a lot of baking, a little bit of vlogging, a lot of product reviews, and now sponsored videos. They bring us grocery bank food hauls along with that cooking and baking. They've got an impeccable an impeccable container garden that I talk about all the time, just because I am fascinated with the fact that they can keep it so neat and tidy, because when I've seen things like that in real life or outside of YouTube, I haven't seen anything quite so well put together and maintained. Canadian Family Life will give us updates about the family and everything going on with Tiffany, Bella, Alex, and her husband Chris. We'll look at his channel in a quick second. They've got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 3,100, 5,600, and one of these is still moving at 7,100 views. This is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuberchat family as well. Tiffany got to her first 3,000 subscribers in barely over a year. And that is now a couple of years ago. So she will have been with us for 3 years any moment now, a couple of months from now, I think. So hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life, and we're going to look at her husband's channel right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. Lucy Grace, good to see you here. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back, talk about Chris's content. We'll spin the wheel and get to the next channel. Let's hear from Edna's World and see what she has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button. You know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like, realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
Alright, we are just about back. We're going to talk about Chris's Creation Fun. The last channel we were looking at was Canadian Family Life. This is Tiffany's husband, so he's intending on bringing us do-it-yourself videos, including a bit of 3D printing, as well as working on some solar equipment and possibly product reviews as well. So Chris's Creation Fun is long past their 100 subscribers now, which is great to know. They've got it locked in. We'd love to push them a little bit farther, though, towards the 200 we know they're going to be thinking about. We see a few shorts to get the channel started. One at 356 views, which is great to see, and it won't be long likely after they post a few more to start seeing those climb a little bit faster as well. Red's Room TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Another fellow Canadian is here. And let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up. It's going to be Just Jason Keto, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Lisa J. Stocks is in the house to help us with our finances. I'm going to cry the blues. I am going to cry like you've never seen. Talking about Lisa J. Stocks' channel, because she's going to help us not only with the stock market, but other investments as well. When you look at what silver and gold and precious metals have done over the last year and what's happened to crypto, I am truly amazed in the worst way that you can be. But you can't do anything but laugh, right? For now, I'm holding on for dear life, literally. Just Jason Keto is up on the screen right now. This creator is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living. I often say based on a keto-based diet or lifestyle. The better way to put that is talking about a proper human diet. And I actually heard Dustin from Keto Simple talk about that this morning on his live stream. Jason and I know each other very well now. We just actually met up again in real life. I keep saying in real life, but you know what I mean, in person. Last week he came over here, and you know, he lives a couple hours away, so that's a lot of effort to go to keep a friendship going. And Kristen and I had lunch with him, and I certainly do appreciate it. I know she does too. We got to spend a few hours together. And I'm a big fan of face-to-face time, you know, like being literally in a room or in person with somebody to be able to talk about things. It feels different than things like StreamYard panels and phone calls, although I'm a fan of those as well. And then Izzy Pop, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We'll get that channel up on the screen next. We always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If Miss G, your fave auntie, is still in the house, then we'll get them onto the wheel as well, because they just picked up that gifted membership. Just Jason Keto is going to help us understand, like I said, a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got tons of recipes on his channel, but he's also got a lot of product reviews. And by that, I mean traditional product reviews, like what we see here, an egg bite maker, which is really, really cool, actually. I've always thought about making those, and I've been way too lazy to do it. I actually like them. I love eggs. I could eat 4 eggs a day, no problem. But I hadn't tried making these yet, so this will be interesting to see. The same company that does the chaffle maker. So he might review things around the kitchen, but he also talks about some of the things we might find in a health food store or grocery store marketed towards a keto-based diet, where he'll help us understand the ingredients and how they're going to affect us. His recipes, he's literally got hundreds of them, I think, now on the channel. They feature all sorts of different things, although he's known for these chaffles, but all of his recipes feature only a handful of ingredients. They're simple and easy to make, and don't take very long in pretty much every case as well. Now, Just Jason Keto collaborates with a lot of people, so you'll find a lot of guests on his channel, both in videos and live streams. And occasionally he likes to mix things up and do things a little bit differently, like for a holiday series, the last couple of Christmas seasons, he's done a few different things. And then he really cares about the YouTube journey and his fellow creators, but he constantly experiments with ideas on the channel as well, like revisiting videos that do really well for him. He's got a barbecue review video, and every time he revisits that idea, it does well for him. We can learn from ideas like that. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 6,300, 6,500, 2,300. There's the barbecue I'm talking about right there. A lot of healthy looking and grilling shorts that he's got that have done really well. I've seen this one at 22,000, or it's 23,000 now. And I promise you that one's worth a watch because it's entertaining. It's just 15 seconds long. And then live streams on the channel as well. Anita's a familiar face. He's had her on the channel a couple of times before. And like I said, he's got guests all the time. The latest live stream series has brought us a little bit of different content. And sometimes he'll bring us a StreamYard panel full of guests. Sometimes he's got interviews with other influencers or creators. And then sometimes he'll do a multicam cook along and things like that. But either way, Jason is live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Gives us a chance to hang out with him. He engages chat, of course, and he's got a vibrant community that helps with questions and comments when we have them in the chat. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, and his channel's really climbing fast now. He's past his 7,000 and continues up. He's almost at 7,200 already. I think he got the last 1,000 in the last... Oh, what am I thinking? I think he's got about 200 or 300 in the last week, if I'm not mistaken. I think we were together having lunch before 7,000, and he's already almost at 7,200, which is great to know. He's got another channel as well. I'll get to it by the handle, but this one is... It's Just Jason. And this is a channel he's got set up to share anything that otherwise might not fit in the healthy eating, healthy living realm of his keto-based channel. So a little bit of travel footage he started with here, and a handful of shorts to get started as well. One of these already at 1,300, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with all of our moderators. And Just Jason Keto, he's been a mod with us for a couple of years now, but he's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. Ms. G, your fave auntie, I'm going to put you on the wheel right now. You picked up that gifted membership from Izzy Pop, and we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So this is Izzy Pop. This is the creator that gifted your membership. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I don't think that's the first time I've put Coach Julia Eden to sleep. I feel like we just talked about that. But thank you for still being here. Izzy Pop is working on 300 subscribers. This is a creator that had to reset and restart their channel. So for everybody here in the chat right now, even if you think you've already connected to Izzy Pop, just please double check, because this might be a new channel to you, even though she's already got almost 300 subscribers. We want to make sure we're subscribed, make sure we get that notification bell on. This creator has always been known for these outstanding banners, avatars, thumbnails, and other graphics and animation. The animations and graphics are featured in the videos, of course, with a lot of music as well. And I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones here. We usually want videos that are 3 minutes or longer when we're connecting. Anything even close is fine, but there's plenty of videos here much longer than 3 minutes that we can connect with. And it's not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect. It's just that we've been doing things the same way for 5.5 years. We know it works. Every time you see me put a channel on the screen that's been there before, it is always subscribed. It is extremely rare that YouTube takes one of my subscriptions, because even when I'm out in the YouTube streets connecting with people the same way we are here right now, I do it with the exact same formula, what's listed in our live stream descriptions, and that involves watching a 3-minute video from beginning to end, leaving a meaningful, genuine comment. I recommend 3 or 4 sentences, and then giving the thumbs up and subscribing and turning the notification bell on, which we do for every creator. And then there's shorts on this channel as well. So these have gotten into 1,700, 2,700 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Now, Izzy's on frequently, usually at least a couple of times a week, sometimes even more often. I've caught them many times, and they're usually on for a few hours, so the conversation can go anywhere once they have gotten started. And then we'd love to push them towards that 300 subscribers. We know they're thinking about it, of course. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. God Will Never Fail Us is up on the screen right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've been with us for a few weeks. Devotionals, cooking, family trips, and DIY shirts and tumblers. So interesting, we got another creator that might be making merchandise here. God Will Never Fail Us. I'm always happy to see any spiritual inspiration and positivity and motivation given to anybody else. So I'll be looking forward to getting to know more about the channel. I think what I'm going to do is take another video here, or we'll look at the live streams first and see if I'll grab a live stream replay, and I'll put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. When you have a playlist of any kind, when you are on a phone, a tablet, browser, anywhere at all, you can reorder the videos if you want to. I do, because I put the shortest videos at the top of the playlist, and the longer stuff like live stream replays go to the end. So when I can sit and watch videos like I did before we started today, I can watch like 20 videos in the first hour, because all the 3, 4, and 5-minute ones are at the beginning. Then when I run out of time, I just leave the playlist running, and we get through a few like live stream replays and things like that. Want to help everybody with watch hours. And then there's shorts over here as well, and this creator's gotten into now 15,000 on one of these and 29,000 on another, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with God Will Never Fail Us. They've long passed their 1,000 subscribers. They're almost halfway on the road to 1,100 already, which is great to know. Yes, the catch-up list is a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators, but we've left that name there for a long, long time. Ghostly Winds gave that name to us from Australia many years ago, and they still pop in frequently, at least once a week here. Coach Julia Edens is coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then thank you again, Easy Pop, for that gifted membership. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. They've done that a million times before. Coach Juliet Edens is awake for now. I'll see if I can put you to sleep again, because it seems to happen frequently. Coach Julia Edens is posting frequently, my dear goodness. It's not quite daily, but it's getting close to it. I'm just going to grab the latest video and put this into that catch-up list that I keep talking about, we keep joking about. But it is a great way to keep get get caught up with creators. Now, Coach Julia Edens is going to bring us health education for real-world symptoms and aging bodies. I find that her content can relate to just about anybody of all ages. But when we look at shorts on this channel, we're also going to see some more random content, and these have gotten now into 9,000, even 10,000 views on one of these. And then live stream. She's got lots of guests on the channel. She's got plenty of these set up already. I've got notifications on for all of them. We set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. And that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and to make sure we have the best chance of catching each other's content. Good to see you with Oki's Eat in there. That's another creator who's very enthusiastic and doing a great job, in my opinion, on their channel. They're very supportive over here as well. And then we can see that Coach Julia Edens is live frequently, almost as frequently as they're putting up videos, and with StreamYard panels full of guests, which is great to know as well. So hopefully everybody will connect, and Coach Julia Edens is now becoming a longtime friend and somebody who's here with us frequently for almost every stream. I really do appreciate that extra support as well. I know not everybody can be here every day. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, but I certainly do appreciate every moment. I know we got friends that run the stream in the background, and I appreciate that as well. 710 is Oil. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I think Sam said something earlier that I might have missed. Oh, I see. Izzy Pop is doing 20 because they've got the lifted the cap to 20 hours on StreamYard. I'm assuming you're using one of the pro plans. I can't remember what they have. I use it when I need it for those interviews, and then I cut it off. What I try to do with subscriptions of any kind for everything in life is I will consider when I'm going to use something. If I really think I'm going to use it for a year, like Streamlabs, I use always here. So I pay for that for the year because you get a discount by paying annually. The only caveat is the idea that if something came up and you couldn't use it, now you're stuck because you've already paid. But they did send me a t-shirt, so that's all right. And then otherwise, I try to cut things off. So I literally go in, use what I need, cut the subscription off, and I'll get it again next month or whenever I need it. Because if I'm only going to use something 8 months out of the year, I don't want to pay for 12. It depends on how it works out with the discounts, and I'm sure everybody here knows what I mean, but I am ruthless when it comes to the idea of cutting those subscriptions off these days, because I have way too many times in life overpaid for things and found myself not using them. What did Sam say to us that I almost missed there? Yeah, YouTube purges all the time. So I think when they have connections that they think are not authentic, like let's say somebody comes to your channel, they just subscribe and take off right away, YouTube will probably take that subscription away. Or if they think somebody clicked on your video and accidentally, you know, it clicked into it and then they got right out of it, that kind of thing. But also inactive accounts. My personal account, I got a lot of subscribers from some newsworthy content many years ago and probably gained about 7,000 subscribers, but it didn't take long for about 1,000 of them to disappear. And they were real, but it's just that there are probably a lot of trolls and accounts that they're, you know, are not being used, and YouTube gets rid of that as well. From time to time. So we've seen a lot of purging over the years. It usually happens in big spurts a few times a year, but it's always unexpected. We just never really know when it's going to happen. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz always has interesting news for us, so thank you for coming in and letting us know what's going on. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend of mine for about 6 years as well, if you can believe that. Follow the Bradley's Fun is bringing us a lot of travel-based content. And they do a great job. That's a dynamic creator as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Coach Julia Edens. I can't for the life of me remember if she's got a second channel. I feel like she might, and forgive me if I'm mistaken, but what I'm going to do is spin the wheel and we'll get to our next channel. And Quilting in the Country, Lori, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Scratch and Pete PA is coming up, and I want to show everybody something in particular here. I will show you, if you would like to see how to schedule a community post in advance, because I was thinking about this today. I think I already said it, but I'll just remove it and redo it. The J. Jordan, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They always share on X. I appreciate that. It's funny because so many of us do things differently, right? I share on Reddit all the time because we have a subreddit, and it's kind of a safe place that anybody can share any of their videos and not get hammered by trolls and accused of spam and all that stuff. So I do it because it's very quick. It's very, it's as fast as Twitter to share, right? As fast as X. And then the J. Jordan is known for sharing on X. And I know a lot of creators are sharing on the community tab. I literally beat the ever living daylights out of our community tab here. I share every 2 hours. When we have a stream or something specific to say, then I share ours, but otherwise they're mostly for other people, like you'll see when we dig through here. Almost everybody here has probably had something shared out on the community tab at some point. It's not just members, it's not just super chatters. Everybody has a chance. I've got a system so that those who are most supportive get shared out most. And then Grant Campbell, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yep, we can see you. And then when we look at what is happening here on the community tab, I just wanted to show you, you can schedule your community posts out, and I usually have them done. I try to do a day or two in advance so that I don't fall behind. So Kristen, like, I'm going to share for her right after Tuber Chat, or while we're still on. She's got a premiere coming up right after today's show. And then we've got a lot of other creators here. PK Adventure Travels has one coming up. Life with Tanisha RN, P&J's Homestead Adventure. Our friend Rob Triss the Natural, who was up earlier. Relax with Mel, that's Melissa. And then Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World, we saw earlier today, obviously. So you see what I'm talking about here. Now, Scratch and PPAs, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe this one out, and I'm going to redo it, because I was thinking about this today, and I just wanted the opportunity to show everybody. So, if you would like to see this, you can mark the time. We're 93 minutes into episode number 910 of Tuber Chat. So what I'm going to do is go to his video. Now, you don't actually have to, because you could just take the URL. You could do it all the different ways we do in a browser. I'm going to use the share link for right now, and I'm going to take that URL. I'm going to go back over to our community post page, and I'm going to write my little thing that I always write, which is check out this new video from our talented moderator. It is Scratch and Pete PA who inspired me to even say that. Although I do it for all of our moderators when it's their turn now. And then you start, what I always do, you don't have to put this colon here, I just do this. You put the @ symbol, and it's like messaging anybody, right? You can see all the usual suspects here. But when I start typing SCRATCHIN and then P, and it should soon come up. So there it is, Scratch and Pete PA. And then you hit enter and it comes up. Now I'm doing it on a computer. You can do this on a phone as well. It's very similar. And then I'm going to take the video, and what happens is you're going to find that all of your content comes up first. But you can post a URL for any video, including upcoming streams and premieres. And then what I'll do is I'll select it, click OK, and then this is ready to go. Now, Pete always premieres his videos on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. So what I do is hit the schedule button, and I'm going to go over to the calendar here, and I know that the 10th then is going to be Tuesday, and I can set the time. It's every 15 minutes here, but I'll set it to 12 o'clock, because his premiere runs at 12:15, so it'll go just a few minutes before, and then we'll click schedule. And then what happens is that will go out onto our community post page on schedule, like all of these here, and you can see they dropped 8 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 4 hours ago, that kind of thing. Now, I don't recommend everybody, like I said, hammer your community post page the way that we do here, but you know, I've been at this a long time, and the channel's solid. We got our 6,500 subscribers, and you know, it's the #1 thing I'm thanked for on YouTube, actually. And I promise you that community posts get a lot more traffic than a lot of people probably think that they do. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. My voice is not going to last today. Eddie Lugo Studios. We were talking about you earlier because PK Adventure Travels, I think Ryan was saying that he found us through you a long time ago. It's probably a couple of years now. Eddie Lugo Studios has been a friend for many years, actually. And then, yeah, Holla, it's only because I've literally done it 1,000 times. If you think about how many times I must have done that, it's 1,000, including hundreds on the phone when I've had to. But I forget, and sometimes little spaces go by where I haven't done that. But these are just ideas. And then thank you, Lucy Grace. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Scratch and PPA brings an interesting twist into lottery ticket scratching. He pits two tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. And of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And he premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. Like I was saying, if you can catch us for one of those premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we've got going on here. Faster than almost any other. He rivals those of Jesse Journals and Unboxes, Butler Family Farm, The Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now, Scratch and PPA is monetized. This fellow Canadian has super chats and memberships available to support them with when we get there. There's this glitch that's never stopped on YouTube. I'll show you something. I'm going to put the notification on for his premiere, even though you see it's already on over here. And then what happens is when I refresh the page, it looks like it's not on again, except that it is. It's on right there. So why that happens is beyond me, but that's been going on for years. And then Scratch and PPA has always been known for his presentation, his bright, beautiful avatars matched by content in his thumbnails, and they feature a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series as well. And then his banner's updated every week, if you could believe that. And his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 5.5 years ago. But if you've watched the new videos over the last month, you will see that he's really had to put a lot more work. He was already putting a lot of work into his videos, but not every scratch ticket works the same way. So he's got to change his editing style based on the content, and he's refreshed the series so the videos have even more visual aspects, effects and animations and things like that. So I hope everybody will check that out. There's new music in there and everything else. When we look at Scratch and PPA, he's getting very close to 2,600 subscribers. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. When you look at shorts on this channel, you'll see that he took a trip to Italy a couple of years ago and brought us some vlogging style shorts that showed us around all the different areas he visited, and he brought us some Italian lottery tickets, which was a very cool idea. And then this past summer, he visited again and brought us back some more Italian lottery tickets and brought out an entire series of shorts here. You can catch all of his videos in playlists, and he does a couple of extra tricks with those playlists as well, like adding the times into the titles. You'll see what I mean when you get there. And then he's got a live stream here that he did from Italy. I was lucky enough to be there in the chat at the time. And you notice that the red line, I don't think I've rerun it. I'm unsure. I might have rerun it like right after, but not in a long time. And this is beyond 2 years ago now. That red line is still there. So that's interesting to see, because we wonder about that kind of thing all the time. How long do those red lines last? I just assume if we've watched a video or run a video, we can only ever do it once. I'd rather everybody spend the time getting a new friend than worrying about running each other's content more than one time. I believe it's impossible for us to trick the YouTube system when it comes to watch hours and things like that. But everybody's free to swap playlists all you want here. You can reach out to me. I'll do it as well, and all of our moderators do it. it's still a benefit to monetize channels. When we think about that, when somebody runs a playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end. That can help the retention. One of the things that Jason pointed out the other day when we were sitting having lunch together, that I forget to mention all the time, it might be out of mind actually, is the idea that when you premiere your videos, 99% of the people who are there, like even if you only have like, 2 people, 3 people, 10 people, whatever it's going to be, they're almost all watching the entire premiere from beginning to end. Some people will rerun it. If I get into a premiere and it's more than halfway through and I notice that, I'll rerun the thing right after watching it. But the retention then goes from beginning to end. So the idea is if you have a 10-minute video and you're premiering it, then how many views would you have gotten in that first 10 minutes if you didn't premiere it? And then secondly, how much retention would you have gotten from the views that you got in the first 10 minutes? So this is where the magic comes in and why I'm a big proponent, if that makes sense, of premiering. And Scratch and PPA has been doing this almost exclusively for well over 5 years now. Beltloop29, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. You're just in time for us to go on a break. We're going to come back and look at Brown Girl Bella's channel. But right now, we're going to see another clip from that interview series I keep talking about. We're going to see what Curmudgeon Alaska has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
Your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit our 1,000 subs,
Okay.
and then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. We've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well. That's good. We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices, and honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here, and I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. And I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely. Yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
Was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? Stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. Liquid 420, good to see you in the house. We're just about back. We're looking at Brown Girl Bella. This is a creator who's been with me for probably beyond 6 years now, before Superchat was even a thought. One of the things that inspired this particular channel, I'd already been on YouTube a couple of years, but I was introduced to a handful of creators, including Jeremy D-Day, AceFlaw1, Brown Girl Bella, and a few others. And these creators were really interesting because it felt like a college party to me, where people were like, oh, come with us. We're going to introduce you to all our friends, and everybody supports everybody, and everybody's going to watch your videos. And I couldn't believe it. I said, this is amazing. There were already hundreds, if not thousands, of growth streams out there. That's what a lot of people call what we're doing here. And everyone is a little bit different. Here, we're focused on friendships between creators. It's not a race to gain subscribers as quickly as we can. The idea is getting the right kind of people together. And Brown Girl Bella has been able to do this all of this time. She lets people connect and encourages it on her channel. And she is a master, in my opinion, of branding and really bringing somebody into her world. She has her own thing, her own niche, a very dedicated audience, and still continues to be supportive and comes in here into the Tuber Chat streams whenever she can, including today. Thank you, my love. Kristen's bringing me a drink so I can keep my voice going for another hour here. Brown Girl Bella is, like I said, a dear friend for a long time now. She's going to talk about a lot of beauty, makeup, and YouTube talk, as a matter of fact, as well. She's got a couple of series of live streams. I'm just going to grab, pardon me, one of her latest videos. This one's perfect to connect with at just over 3 minutes. I'm going to put this one into that catch-up list I keep talking about. She posts frequently, as you can see. She's got shorts on the channel that have now gotten into 8,000 and 10,000 views on a couple of them. And then she's got live streams. So she's got a couple of series. Sunday Sips is something that she does every week, and then she has a Bella After Dark idea where the conversation can go just about anywhere. She does those, I believe, on Thursday nights. So hopefully everybody will connect with Brown Girl Bella, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of over 8 years now. And I hope you'll connect with her and get some of that support coming back to you as well. She has to be excited. She's now long past her 5,000 subscribers, which is no surprise to me, but I know it has to be exciting for her. It's interesting when you can truly feel excitement for your friends, watching their channels grow, watching them hit new heights, and knowing that the same thing's going to happen for us as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. Time to spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Look at that luck. We haven't seen that happen in a while, I don't think. But Carnivore Muscle just came in, and I put them on the wheel because they're a member, of course. Members and moderators get added to the wheel right away. And instantly they came up. We just never know how long it's going to take on the Wheel of Doom. So I don't know whether everybody finds that fun or frustrating, but it's got to be somewhere in between. And let's close off our poll and see what everybody has to say. This is a new channel for me. This is somebody I'm still getting to know. We'll talk about their content in a quick second. But yeah, I figured I'm probably almost the only one who cares about the commercials. But it's what I look forward to. After the Super Bowl, like either tonight or tomorrow, I'll be going on YouTube. And what I will do, I do the same thing for like Apple when they release their new iPhones and stuff like that. I'll just type in Super Bowl commercials minutes. And then people will cut it down to like the top 10 commercials or something like that, because I just want to see them. Dumpster Diving, Debs, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Erica Raff, good to have you in the house as well. I'm glad you're here. I know you say you're happy to be catching us live, it looks like, but we're happy to have you here also. Big Dude, I've got you on the wheel. They've been on there for a while. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So 99 Midnight Gamer YT, good to see you here as well. And it's interesting, the food is what people look forward to. I wondered about that. I wonder if everybody feels the way I do about that. But yeah, when it's when you hear about the things that the companies that do make commercials are promoting when it comes to game day. I was in grocery stores on Thursday, Friday this week, and my dear goodness, busiest I've seen in a long time. Carnivore Muscle is up on the screen right now. So this is a creator that says the original carnivore bodybuilder. So like I said, I still got to get to know this channel, but they've got quite a bit of information on their about section. The latest video is perfect to connect with because it's just over 3 minutes. We talk about that all the time. But I'm going to take this video and put it into my catch-up list. That's that playlist we use to keep or get caught up with creators. It's got a fun name, but playlist can be a great tool for that. And then they've got some shorts over here as well, getting into 36,000, 67,000, one at 131,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they seem to be on. They were on earlier today, last week. They seem to be doing these almost every week, which is great to see. And then it looks like they're doing the dual live streams we talked about earlier. You notice the title's got that icon for the smartphone in it that signifies or points out the idea that it's actually a vertical live stream, so you can catch them in both formats, which is great to know that different creators are using that. So Carnivore Muscle, hopefully everybody will connect with, and I'm looking forward to getting to know that channel a little bit better. And Dumpster Diving Debs, aren't you, forgive me for not being sure, I thought you were a longtime friend of ours, but that might be a newer channel. The handles are really tripping me up, so sometimes I think I recognize somebody and I don't, and sometimes it's the other way around, if that makes any sense. And then Handicapped Traveler, what's your you didn't vote? None of the above wasn't an option. Yeah, I'm in Canada, so I was really out of touch with the Super Bowl this year, but the Olympics are on now too, and they're already making headlines. So there's all of that kind of different sports to watch also. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Up Designs Customs, good to see you in the house. Yeah, forgive me, Dumpster Diving Deb. Sometimes I see things in the chat, but I don't catch the context. So I make as many mistakes as anybody, I promise you. But Dumpster Diving Debs, yes, has been a friend of ours for what I think is years, as a matter of fact. Pardon me, just keeping my voice going. Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. This is Ruby. This is another friend who's been with us for probably 5 years. And this creator is in the Pacific Northwest. We've got a few channels from the Pacific Northwest now. But they bring us a lot of nature and wildlife together. And they bring a combination of pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. And you get the idea of what they're bringing in a lot of their thumbnails here. And they really mix things up, so their videos can go anywhere from a couple of minutes to a few hours, sometimes even longer. Just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'll put that into my catch-up list right now. Like I said, running playlists and running videos can still be a benefit for monetized channels, because they will get retention in the idea that everybody's running those videos from beginning to end. The source is in the house. They're dropping a raid for us as well. Thank you for that. I'm going to put the source on the wheel right away. Poetic Tears, good to see you in the house. The source, did you see the video today from Mac Movement? I featured their channel at the beginning of today's stream. I don't usually ask people to go back and watch the replays, but episode 900 was extra special, so I hope everybody will watch the first couple hours of that. Excuse me, but otherwise today you could go and see what I had to say about Mac Movement, because they made a video that features a few of us, and I appreciate it because they put quite a bit of work into that, as a matter of fact. John Together Strong, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to put them on the wheel. And Poetic Tears needs to be added. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then Peyton Samuels, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. My dear goodness, but thank you, The Source. I almost fell off my chair when I saw myself come up in that video. It is something really creative, but I have never looked better. I'll tell you that right now. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. You'll find some humorous moments if you go through the shorts here. You've got quite a niche where they're bringing nature and wildlife together, but the humorous moments come with the wildlife, as you might expect. Some of the newest shorts are doing the best here at 30,000 views, 39,000 on another one, and then live streams on the channel as well. And Ruby goes live sporadically, but this creator's experimented both with horizontal and vertical or landscape and portrait modes, and they found success in both ideas. So hopefully everybody will connect with this monetized creator. And then Ryan Tran, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. A Simple Family Lifestyle is here. Miss TT Mix Vlogs is back in the house as well. And then what I'll do is spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next here. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. A couple more channels. Whose channel is this? Thank you for coming in from the source. Pardon me, Ellen Smile. I'm assuming it's Ellen Smile and not Ellen's Mile. So I'll say it as Ellen Smile for now, and then just please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's good to have you here. I feel like I've seen that channel before, but I might be mistaken. Chris Lee, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Monique Powell is back as well. They're a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. The wheel and the screen are open to everyone. We try to get to as many channels as we can in 3 hours as possible. We don't usually get to every single channel, but I will add names over the course of the stream. I've added a couple today from our chat list, regardless of things like super chats and memberships. By the way, it's open to everyone. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. So it's very possible for somebody to be here for half an hour and outperform somebody else in the chat who's been here for 2.5 hours because of engagement in the chat. And that comes down to having conversations with other people and connecting with them, getting those friendships started. That's what we're here for. Local reviewer, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And James Money 615 is another friend of many years, so it's great to have you in the house also. I will clean up the wheel during our next break, but we'll get through a few channels before we do that. Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us with our finances. This creator is very forthcoming about their own portfolio, their own investment plays. They keep a tab on all that's happening in finance, and then they break it down in a level-headed and down-to-earth kind of way. This creator posts frequently. I'm quite behind on their channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They get involved in challenges, and they explain to us all of the different aspects of investing, like ETFs and dividends and dollar cost averaging and the different terminology we need to know. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 7,600, 9,000 views and beyond. And then live streams. Sometimes Lisa is by herself, but she has had many guests on her channel and introduced us to a lot of these financial channels and influencers as well, for which I'm grateful. I've caught her many times, and it's great to see you're using that dual live stream feature as well, bringing both horizontal and vertical live streams at the same time. It's a great way to catch more and more people where they want to be caught in the way they want to be caught, right? This is something that is at the forefront of our mind all the time. And then Holla, yeah, it's I mean, it's the fairest idea I could come up with. When we started Tuber Chat 5.5 years ago, there was only 30 or 40 channels that would come through, and it only took an hour and a half. But eventually the stream started to get far beyond 2.5 hours. That's why I take all those breaks and pre-recorded some of the things I say again and again, just to give my voice a little bit of rest so that we can last for 3 hours. But because I talk continuously, I have to cut it off by that time. We want to think about our moderators and things like that as well. Lots of our friends are trying to be here, like yourself, like Fairbrick Studio, you know, and Vintage Style by Joe. Lots of friends are here for the entirety of the streams. I certainly don't expect it, but I do appreciate it. And we want to get to everybody we can as often as possible. And then thank you so much, BeltLoop29. So let's spin the wheel and see who's coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And look at that, we're actually going to talk about BeltLoop29 right now. This creator, along with Butler Family Farm, are helping people with the YouTube journey understand the promotion system. So again, I'm just denoting it by saying I don't use it. I don't intend to use it. There are a lot of mixed feelings about it out there. You just have to decide on the goals for your channel. If you want subscribers as fast as you can, it's a legitimate way to get that done, but it's very different than when you think about monetization, revenue, and the other things we might want out of YouTube. So we got to put a lot of thought into that. Like I said, I won't be using it, but they do share information about how it's done. BeltLoop29 actually has a couple of different channels, but this creator, for the most part, brings us homesteading content. They're incredibly supportive. I run into them probably daily on other people's live streams and premieres. They're supportive to all kinds of people. They're here with us frequently in Tuber Chat, more and more so lately, as a matter of fact. And then they've gotten shorts that have gotten now into 47,000 views, 168,000. My dear goodness. And then live streams. I'm not sure if they're promoting the shorts or if those have just grown. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. So they often have a StreamYard panel full of guests, and I've been on panel with them before as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with BeltLoop29, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then we'll spin, we'll get another channel going. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Diamond Painting Yotun, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Quilting in the country, Lori, I got to get you back onto the wheel. I'm not sure if I added you on the wheel before. I hope I did. I always put members and moderators on the wheel when I see them in the chat, but I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. A couple of times during the stream I will clean up the wheel, so I'll take off names for people who I haven't seen in like 20 minutes or a half an hour, and then if they're still in the chat, I'll just put them right back on. Have fun in nature. Good to see you here. We're going to look at Poetic Tears. I think they came in from the Source raid, so thank you for that again. And then we did a little raid parade of our own today. Michael's Adventures raided into Jesse Journals and Unboxes. She raided in here. Kristen Welton has a premiere we're going to raid into afterwards. Ellen Smile, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. So your channel will be next. We'll take a short break right after we talk about Poetic Tears, and then we'll come right back. And then no, Peyton Samuels. So the way that we run the wheel is it's based on how active everybody is in the chat. So those who are most active having conversations with other people get added to the wheel first. We get to as many channels as we can in 3 hours, but we usually can't get to every single channel, so the wheel helps us make things as fair as possible, if that's the right way of putting that. But it's certainly, nobody has to drop a super chat or a membership. As a matter of fact, on this channel they are unnecessary. Although, appreciated when they do happen. And then Poetic Tears is up on the screen right now. This creator has got over 1,300 subscribers now, which is great to see. And then they've got some information on their About section, and it looks like they're going to bring us some spiritual inspiration and motivation as well. So they've got a lot of emotions listed in their About section there, so that looks like they're going to bring us a lot of different types of content. They got a shout out video here. I'm going to put this into that catch-up playlist so I can get to know the channel a little bit better. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels by watching videos and hanging out in premieres and live streams over weeks and months. I get to know the content, and then anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And then we've got another super chat coming in from Kiwi's Crochet Corner, so thank you for that. I'm going to put your channel up right after Ellen Smile. And we're going to work on moving as fast as we can, so I'm going to try to speed things up. Poetic Tears has got some shorts over here, and these have gotten into 500 views, 700, on the way towards 800 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, and it looks like they've got guests over here. Am I right about that? Let me see if I can get a roll over here to tell me if they're doing StreamYard panels. They might not be using StreamYard, but they might be using another system. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Poetic Tears. They've actually been with us for several months now, but I think they came in today from the Source raid, so it's great to see creators supporting each other, and I certainly do appreciate it from the Source. Doran's done that a million times before for us, for which I'm grateful. P&J's Homestead Adventure is here. I'm just getting them on the wheel. Let's take that quick break, and then we're going to come back with Ellen Smile. All right, we're just about back. I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody hitting that button there. And then, yeah, when it comes to the idea of looking at channels, it's usually channels are on the wheel. 99% or more of the channels that we look at have been on the wheel in one way or another. Only very occasionally does somebody do something like drop a super chat and ask us to look at another channel, which I honor, but try not to encourage, because we want to stick to people who are supportive here in the chat, of course. Now, today is overwhelming, and partially because of these raids. So thank you again, Michael and Jesse. Thank you again, Doran from The Source. I really do appreciate the extra generosity in doing that. But over the last little while, we have been capping the streams at 3 hours. So I'm going to do that again today. We're going to go to 6:15 Eastern. We started at 3:15 today. But 100% we're going to stop in 45 minutes from now. So as we get close and I get down to the last 2 channels, I'll make sure everybody knows what's going on. And I will soon add one more name to the wheel from the chat list. I use Streamlabs desktop, and it's got this system in the background here called a loyalty system. What it does, I reset this after every stream and I save all the statistics, right? And it tells you how active everybody has been. It's not just how long you're here, but it's the best system I've found for staying on top of that, so that it's not just by memory or trying to watch the chat the whole time. That I don't even know how somebody would do. Ellen Smile is brand new. We don't watch videos or subscribe while we live stream here, but what I'm going to do is take this creator's front page and look at their videos. And I usually look for something long beyond 3 minutes. So I'm going to take this 8-minute video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. And that should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And Ellen Smile and Kiwi's Crochet Corner, thank you for those super chats. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. And then yeah, thank you, Diamond Painting Yotun. We use 4 different chatbots here. So Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Nightbot, of course, and Botrix. I'll just check if they're working right now. You can add this command in, and then they'll just show up and show you that they're working. So you can check once in a while. I forget most of the time, but you can look. And then one of the things we got to think about is if we're making promises based on things like super chats and memberships, and you're using the chatbots to like drop links and things like that, if one of the chatbots doesn't work one day, you have to make up for those promises, right? So it's a great way to stay on top of that, if that makes any sense. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at Kiwi's Crochet Corner, we see another longtime friend. They just put up a brand new video, and my goodness, it's quite lengthy, so that'll give you a solid hour and a half of watch time. But I'm going to put that into that catch-up playlist I keep talking about. It's just a playlist with a fun name that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then this creator also has shorts on the channel that have gotten into 3,500, 4,700 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they've got a special birthday live stream coming up on February the 21st. Pardon me while I get Siri on the case here. I always turn the mic off for that so I don't set everybody's iPhones off, but I try to set reminders for things like that. If anybody has a special live stream or event, especially live streams, but something really special coming up, like birthdays, milestones, monetization celebrations, things like that, by all means, anybody can message me anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. I will always try to be there, even if I got to sneak out while I'm working in the day or whatever. But I'm happy to connect with anybody and visit whenever possible. I know you can't sit there and message every single person you want to come into your stuff, but if you find a moment, I'll appreciate it. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then hanging with Erica and Raf. So we've seen this channel before as well, but this is one I've still got to get to know. So they've got information on their About section, sharing their life experiences, which is going to give a great look into their lives. I'm sure we're going to get some travel-based footage here by the look of it. That's what I gather from some of the rollovers and titles here. And then I'm just going to take another video. So I'm just going to take your medieval Christmas market video, even though it's from last year. I'll put that in my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to see another piece of content. And then they've got shorts over here as well. These have started to move. They've got one at over 400 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So this is where they're most active. We can see they've been live streaming frequently, StreamYard panels, or they're taking us outdoors, which is really, really cool. And 313 subscribers right now, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 we know they're going to be thinking about. And then, forgive me, I don't mean to forget to thank everybody more than once, but Ellen Smiling Kiwi's Crochet Corner, thank you for those super chats again. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Henry Leslie Vermont is here. LGGG Love is in the house. And then Monique Powell is coming up right this second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, that's great. Have Fun in Nature is talking about diamond painting Yotun, being very supportive to them, which is great to hear. I'm always happy to know that from creators. You know, when you find people who are really supportive to them. And thank you, local reviewer. You know, I try to support as much as I can. Here's the thing. As we get more and more friends on YouTube, as our channels grow and we follow more and more creators, it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. When you start your channel, sometimes you have friends you see every day, but then quickly it becomes every other day, every 3 days, once a week, once every 2 weeks, and that kind of thing, right? And it's just like friendships in real life, family in real life. You know, we wish we could be with everybody every day, but we just can't. As long as everybody's doing as much as they can for each other, everybody will be just fine. I promise you that. You'll hear it in the stories that I tell about creators all the time. So this is another creator I'm still getting to know, but they've got over 1,200 subscribers already. They've got a bit of information on their About section, how they make some gift baskets, and how they source some of the things that they put in these. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here from yesterday. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list as well. That'll give me a chance to watch that after the stream. And this, I wonder, this is something that's great, especially like any time of the year, but especially for the holiday seasons, with Valentine's Day like right around the corner. I'm sure people will be looking for that. So hopefully you catch some traffic from the search for that. Live streams as well they've got going on here. And it looks like they're doing vertical live streams, which will be helpful. Those will catch the shorts feed and likely drive some subscribers, and hopefully you keep those up, and hopefully I'll catch you for one of those. I got notification bells on for every single channel, and again, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Not yet, Sam. I actually just mentioned a few minutes ago. So lately I've been cutting the streams right at 3 hours. So half an hour from now, we're going to finish. I'm going to try to get to as many channels as I can. Whether we'll get through everybody, I'm unsure, but I'll add a name to the wheel from our chat list in the next break. We'll make that a quick one. We'll do that in about 3 minutes from now. We'll go for 3 minutes and come back. It's just to save my voice, because for anybody that live streams and talks continuously, you know that we often scream at the camera. We don't mean to, and then my voice can only last 3 hours. And we'll cut it at that point. But Kristen Welton has a premiere coming up right after Tuber Chat, so everybody can go over there. We'll raid in. I've got the redirect set, and then everybody can continue meeting friends over there. All of our moderators here allow and encourage people to connect the same way we do here, including Makeup Mom and Son. She's been a longtime dear friend. She's been with us from the beginning, over 5.5 years now, and she is another beloved and dedicated moderator here, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. I've been on for 8 years now. When we look at what Makeup Mom and Son is doing, she's done a lot of get ready with me type makeup and beauty videos, a ton of product reviews, and some unboxing videos that involve either subscription services or hauls. And she really mixes those up because she's trying to bring new content to her audience a lot of the time. She has featured a lot of other creators. I've been on panels with her probably a dozen times, maybe more. And then she is featuring a little bit of different content here and there. She's done an interview series. I was lucky to be a part of that as well. The How To Lady was in there as well. We've seen in the chat, and some other familiar creators here. And then shorts on the channel. These can feature random content like most creators, but they give us a chance to see some of the really elaborate looks that Makeup Mom and Son gets into when we think about things like Vlogtober or Vlogmas. She gets involved in those series and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Makeup Mom and Son. You see her son in the background there. Caden Plays It is another channel, and obviously Mom is helping Son with this channel. But Caden Plays It is going to bring us some more product reviews and some Roblox gameplay. When we look at videos over here, we see this young enthusiastic creator, and hopefully we'll see some new content soon. Makeup Mom and Son recently let us know they are working on some more content, including possibly another Roblox live stream. So we'll be looking forward to that. We'd love to encourage this young creator and help push them towards their first 100 subscribers. And then local reviewers coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Did you say you've got a short that's getting 4,000 views an hour? Oh, every 48 hours. Oh, yeah, look at this. My goodness, I didn't catch that. 37,000. This short video has gone, it looks like the view ramp for this has gone up like this over a long period of time. Makeup Mom and Son, let us know when you put that up, because I can't remember for the life of me how long it's been. I feel like it's been a year, but I'm unsure. Before that, this taco meat short video had 37,000, and this one just blew right past it. But that's wonderful to know you're getting that kind of success out of that short video. Some of the videos that do the best for all of us end up being a surprise. Local reviewer is up on the screen right now, and they are going to take requests from the audience. We get that idea as soon as we get into the About section, and then we see they're doing shout outs for other YouTubers, which is great to see. It looks like they've got some spiritual inspiration and possibly motivation going on here. I'm just trying to not click everywhere. I'm clicking all over the place here. I wanted to make sure I get that video into a playlist, and we see that they've got some shorts here, even promoting the Super Bowl that's coming up, and then 3,000, 5,000, 31,000 on some of these shorts, which is great to see, and then live streams. So they've got one coming up next week, and then they've been on just about every week up until now, bringing us a variety of content, even in the live streams. 700 subscribers already. They're almost at 705, which is great to see. I'm spinning the wheel. Handicap Traveler I'm going to put up right away, though, because we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Dan's done that a million times before. It's absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. And when we get back from our break, we'll look at Jesse journals and unboxes. I'll keep going, and we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next half hour. And then Handicap Traveler, what we're looking at right now. This is Dan. This channel's gone through some change over the last couple of years, but this creator's bringing us a lot of travel-based content from a certain perspective, hence the name, Handicap Traveler, of course. A lot of cooking videos from Dan as well. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. It's got some information on the About section to let you know exactly what he intends to bring us on the channel, but there's a lot of outdoor footage in all 4 seasons to see, including some of that snow and winter weather that does well for a lot of creators. 2,700, 2,800 views and beyond, and then live streams. This creator tends to go live on what I believe is the last Friday of every month, and then please correct me if I'm wrong, but you can see that he's got one set up for about 3 weeks from now. What I always recommend is setting premieres and live streams as far in advance as possible, because it gives it time in the YouTube algorithm or recommendation engine to kind of percolate, so YouTube knows how to push it out when it's time. But it also gives a lot of people the chance to have it fly through their recommendation engine, so that some of your friends can make note, oh, Dan's got a live stream coming up this Friday, I got to make sure I catch it. Sometimes people will rearrange their daily routine or weekly routine, like grocery shopping, laundry, and all the other things we have to do to make sure they catch each other's live stream. So we want to give them that chance. Most people live with a weekly routine. We pay our bills monthly, and sometimes we think monthly or around holidays, but most people have that weekly routine. They do the same thing on the weekend, they do the same thing on Tuesday nights, and you get what I'm saying. So this is where consistency can help. But Handicap Traveler, I'll be looking forward to that live stream. We're going to look at Jesse journals and unboxes actually right now, and we'll save the break for one more channel. Thank you again for the gifted membership, Handicap Traveler. I really do appreciate that, of course. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. When we look at Jesse journals and unboxes, she raided in here today. So what we did was a little bit of a raid parade, right? Michael's Adventures was on. He's usually on at 3 p.m. every day, but he moved his premiere today to raid into Jesse journals and unboxes. She's on 3 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, and then we went right after Jesse, and she raided in here. So thank you again, Jesse, for the raid. Thank you again, The Source, because he dropped a raid for us as well that was unexpected, and you can see how powerful that is when you've got a handful of creators or supporters in your live stream or premiere chat, and you send some of them, usually a third to a half of them, over to the next production. You can really give somebody a head start or a boost, as we've seen. Jesse Journals and Unboxes has done that kind of thing many times before, and over the years she's unboxed all the different kinds of things that you can. Anything from bath and beauty products to jewelry to stationery to crafting supplies. And she gets involved in a lot of journaling and collages. She shows us a lot of the things she makes with a lot of the things that she unboxes, both from subscription services and in hauls. Today was an interesting look at a sticker lovers club. She loves stickers as much as anybody does. And I just watched this video earlier today. I had to catch up with this one because I missed it. But this was one where she's unboxing postcards that are written by different people around the world. A really cool idea for a subscription service. These are just examples, and then she might do a Temu or Amazon type haul, and a lot of collaborations with other YouTubers or other people that send each other things, and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about when you get to her channel. She features a lot of the things she finds in the unboxing videos in her shorts on the channel, and some of these have really moved. Some of the newest shorts are the best performing ones at 2,000, 2,300 on one of these. And throughout these, you'll find all the things I'm talking about: the bath and beauty products, the stationery, the washi tape, the stickers, the crafting supplies, and all sorts of different things. And then live streams are occasional on this channel, but Jessie is so supportive to others. Her support over the last 5 years and 5.5 years with us has increased. That's a tough thing to do, but she can basically drop a premiere or go live whenever she wants. She'll have a flood of support in the chat, but she's very consistent. She drops her videos at least once every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and occasionally she brings us more than one video in a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. And she has also monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats, super stickers, and super thanks. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. We're just going to take one more quick break right now. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, and then it looks like we're going to come back with Have Fun in Nature. All right, we are just about back, And we're going to look at Have Fun in Nature right now. As promised, I said I was going to add another name to the wheel. Now, Peyton, so forgive me. I'd rather just be honest with you and tell you we're probably not going to make it for today. There's only 20 minutes left. I'm going to go as fast as I can, but we rarely get to every channel that's here. So what I've got on the screen before I talk about Have Fun in Nature, this is a feature from Streamlabs. You don't have to use Streamlabs desktop to use this like I do, but what it does is it keeps statistics on the CloudBot loyalty tab here of every person that's been in your live chat for premieres and live streams. I copy these out into a Google spreadsheet, so I literally have copied almost every single stream for the last 900 for every person that's ever been here, and the idea is to make sure nobody ever gets forgotten, right? It's very easy after years to not be clear on who's been most supportive to you, but you can see how many names there are on this list, and some of them are not members or moderators. And so a couple of them have been added to the wheel already, but I did promise I would add one more. And then Hala is going to come up right now. So I'm going to put that channel on the wheel, and then we'll keep going as fast as we can. And then, like I said, Kristen Welton has a premiere coming up after. I think it's about 15 minutes long. I could be wrong about that. I can't remember for the life of me what she said now. But it will give us another opportunity to extend our time. You can come over there and continue meeting with a lot of the same people, and then she'll have some other friends in there as well. Have Fun in Nature has got 418 subscribers. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. This is so cool. I'm so happy to see a Winnebago here. You have to be careful with this if anybody hasn't already seen the Winnebago Man video. If you are not enjoying coarse language and things like that, I would recommend not searching it and looking for it. But it is something that was a big, basically, meme. It might be the world's first viral video. Things that people used to take on VHS tapes and copy and give to each other. But it's been on YouTube a long time. They did a documentary on the guy, but it has to do with Winnebago itself, but I always enjoy seeing things like RVs. I was thinking about going to one of those shows they've got in Toronto. I'm in Niagara Falls, so it's only just over an hour away now. Have Fun in Nature is going to bring us a lot of homesteading style content, as you can see, and a lot of outdoor footage. As a matter of fact, they're going to show us a lot of different gadgetry including this pressure canning ground elk. So they're pressure cooking by the look of it. I ran that video. I must not have watched it. I'm sure everybody runs more videos than they watch, but you know what I mean. When we get into shorts on this channel, we've gotten into 3,800, 7,600, 8,700 views, and they do have a lot of information on their About section that can help us learn about their intentions for the channel. So they got live streams here as well. They just did one an hour ago. I should have known about that, but we crashed right into you today. Hopefully I'll catch one of these. So they're doing these regularly, and I'm just curious to know, Have Fun in Nature, because I can't see right now if there's a particular time. If you want to tell us in the chat what time you go every Sunday, I'll set a reminder for myself to have the best chance of catching it. We're going to be on next Sunday again, but I'm going to do a stream at 12 o'clock, or I'll plan to. I try not to move them unless I have to, and then we'll raid into Jessie Journals and Unboxes. We're always here for 3 hours, and she's on at 3 p.m. Eastern. That'll give us plenty of time, I think, to catch Have Fun in Nature afterwards. Then Holla6448 is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Okay, so I got a reminder set, so hopefully I'll catch that, but thank you. And then again, anybody that's got anything special coming up, or if you've got a live stream you'd like me to see, I will always make an effort to be there no matter what I'm doing. Of course, I can't catch everything, but if I know about it, then I'll make extra effort, and you can reach me on Instagram most easily. When we look at what Hala is doing on this channel, they're bringing us what I consider to be a lot of travel-based content. They are an auto enthusiast as well, so you'll see quite a bit of that throughout the shorts. We'll look at those in a moment, but they've got some really interesting stuff here. As you can see, when I do the rollovers and looking at the thumbnails, they're taking us to a lot of really interesting places. Looks like touristy destinations, so there's a lot of information and likely history there, and then they go to auto shows, and like I said, an auto enthusiast. So when we look at the shorts here, you see these have gotten into 1900, 2300, 3300. Most people in the chat will probably be able to pick off a lot of the makes and models here better than I would. I enjoy looking at them, I just don't know as much about them as a lot of people. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. So they did one last week. We'll see if they're going to do another one again soon. But Hala's been supportive to us ever since coming in just a few months ago. I think they're here for just about every stream, and I certainly don't expect it, but I do appreciate it, of course. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend, the thumbs up, the shares, and every moment everybody watches. I know we got friends that run the stream in the background as well, and I appreciate that also. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then when we look at Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More, we see another beloved and dedicated moderator here, but this creator is actually from the UK. So he will bring a lot of train videos, and many of them are of the stations that the trains depart from. Sometimes he's taken a trip on the trains themselves. He gives us a lot of tips and tricks on the channel, and Sam gives us a chance to get to know him. His productions have increased over the years. He's even gotten into some outdoor live streaming, which is really, really cool. And there's many train enthusiasts that also have channels that connect with Sam, and you'll see that when you get into any of his premiere or live stream chats. But he does a lot of fun things on the channel as well. So pure variety in the shorts videos here. These have gotten into 5,000, even 9,400 on one. I think his chocolate chip cookie video keeps getting views there, if I'm not mistaken. And then live streams on the channel. So he celebrates milestones, and that's something I recommend for everybody, because you're not just celebrating for yourself. You're giving your audience and your family around your channel, your community, a chance to celebrate with and for you, right? We all consider our audiences or our communities to be a part of what we're doing. They often drive the decisions that we make. We want to give them every opportunity to truly feel like a part of what we're doing. So Sam does a great job of that, and then sometimes he does some Q&A, sometimes he does some trivia games and things like that, and sometimes updates us about what to expect on the channel. He is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and now long beyond 3,300 subscribers. He's going to have 3,400 soon, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then we're going to look at It's Me Alec 54. This creator's actually got a handful of channels. They're a very enthusiastic creator. We'll just look at a couple of them right now quickly. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Just dropping the link for Kristen Welton's premiere. And that will be coming up in about 10 minutes from now. So we're going to cut the stream right on time today. She will likely have a 5-minute intro, so I will play our end screen for 3.5 minutes, and we'll be right on time for getting into her chat. But that lets us go for a perfect 10 minutes right now, so I'll do what I can to get through as many channels as possible. It's Me Alec, like I said, a very enthusiastic creator, and they bring a lot of random content, to be honest with you, on many different channels. They're all listed here at the top of their front page. But this creator does a lot of StreamYard panels with other creators as well. They do a lot of shout outs for other people. They've got a few shorts on the channel, some celebrity shout outs and other things here, getting into 1,400, 1,500 views. And here's the live streams that I'm talking about. So they really mix up the content between the different channels that they have. And I'm just having a look at which one they've I think this is the one they're working on most often, but they've got plenty here, and the content is very similar between all of them, so you'll get that idea when you get over to the channel. We'd love to get this one up to 100 subscribers, but everybody's free to connect with Alec in any which way that you want on any channel at all. And then let's spin the wheel. Thank you, Peyton Samuels, again. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend, of course. And then, like I said, we still got 10 minutes left. I'm going to get through as many channels as possible. The source is coming up. Many creators here know the source. This is Doran. This creator does a mix on their channel. So some personal content and a ton of shout outs for other creators. They actually do an interview series called 5 Questions where they get to know creators and give us a chance to get to know them as well. Just going to grab your latest video and put that in my catch-up list right now. But this creator gives us a chance to get to know them along with all the supporters that they feature on the channel. They've often got StreamYard panels. We'll look at those in a quick second, and more random content throughout the shorts videos here, getting into 1,800 and 1,900 views, and then live streams. So this is what I'm talking about. They're live frequently. They just did one earlier, the support wheel, where they're having people connect in a very similar way to what we're talking about here. 5 Questions is where they feature one creator at a time, but they've literally featured dozens of other creators on their channel. Then sometimes they give us some personal content and a great chance to get to know the creator by the channel, behind the channel, often at the beach, as a matter of fact. So hopefully everybody will connect with the source. They've got to be excited. They're getting close to 3,000 subscribers, and I've talked about that many times before, saying it's a very telling marker. When a channel gets to 3,000 100% organically, I fully expect that creator to be able to have 10,000 one day, even 100,000 if they want to. The only reason numbers beyond that become questionable is because we don't know what YouTube or the world is going to look like 3 years from now exactly, but I fully won't be surprised if any of those creators get to those big numbers we're talking about. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And thank you again, Michael's Adventures and The Source and Jesse Journals and Unboxes for the raids today. I really do appreciate that. We've seen raids increasing lately, actually. Some of them unexpected, and I always appreciate everything everybody does for Tuber Chat. And as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody's doing just fine. We see channels growing, and supporting others in those ways is a great way to get noticed and get a lot of support coming back to you as well. P&J's Homestead Adventure has been with us for a couple of years now, maybe even longer now that I think of it. Incredibly supportive creators, Paula and Jason. They bring us a lot of outdoor content. They've got all 4 seasons for us to see. Homesteading in its truest form. I'm just going to grab one of their latest 2 videos, but I'm going to take the longer of the 2. Every minute matters when we're thinking about watch hours, right? And then we can see that they're posting fairly frequently, though almost weekly, and I think they have been for a long time. And then they've got shorts over here, and these feature a lot of outdoor content as well, getting into 2,000, 2,200, 2,700 views. Now, P&J's Homestead Adventure I've run into a million times on other channels, supporting people in other premieres and live stream chats as well. And then they've got live streams. They've done one. We'll see if they're going to keep those up. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then the how-to lady, forgive me, but hopefully you can be quick. Just remind me the name of the other channel. I don't mean to forget, but I'm moving really quickly right now. I want to get it on quickly if I can. You'll notice this creator takes branding really seriously because they've got a couple of different channels. Even though they've done a similar style, they've changed up the colors on the different channels. So you know it's from the same creator, but they've got the obvious disconnect between the different types of content. I just dropped a link again for Kristen Welton's premiere. Anybody's welcome to hop over there whenever you'd like. It's going to start in another 9 minutes. But like I said, she's got a 5-minute intro. She always does. So we'll let our end screen play. That'll give everybody a few extra minutes here. I'll get to as many channels as I can in the next few minutes. I'm just looking for a few more right now from our chat list. And I'm looking at my Streamlabs thing. We're going to talk about the how-to lady in a quick second. I'm just giving her another second to remind me of that second channel that she's got there. And Gloria's Platter's not still listening, I can't imagine, is she? I wonder if Living and Cooking is still in the house. Vintage Style by Joe. I figured she'd be coming up, so we'll get Vintage Style by Joe on the wheel right this second, and we'll have a look in another moment. I'll do what I can here. And then Working Out with D, thank you. Okay, let's look at that first, and we'll go back to the how-to lady. You'll see what I mean right away when I put this channel up. So you see how the thumbnails are very similar, but she's got a different color scheme for most of it here. Now, this creator is going to help us with fitness and literally take us through some fitness routines. The how-to lady's been a friend for many years as well. And you see that some of her videos have gotten into the couple hundred views and beyond, which is great to see. She's working on her first 100 subscribers on this second channel. But I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. We know it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And like I said, she's been through this before. So she's got 800 subscribers, 824. She's actually well on the way to 900 on her main channel. And here she's mixing up the content. But I'm just going to take the latest video, put it in my catch-up list, and she will bring us organization and do-it-yourself hacks and other ideas, tips and tricks, let's say. Then shorts on the channel as well. She's got a few of these here. One of them at 1,700 views, which is great to see. And she's another enthusiastic creator who's probably responsible for us getting hundreds of thumbs up on this channel because of her friendly and energetic reminders over the years. So hopefully everybody will connect with her, and we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go, and I'll add another one. I think we'll get Sarah Prestwood onto the wheel. And I think that was Vintage Style by Joe. We've gotten through more channels today than we usually do, which is great to see. So moving fast is helping. Vintage Style by Joe is going to help us create interesting, vibrant, colorful things with materials and fabrics. I watched a video from her today making Christmas stockings, actually. But she's got another video here making heart pillows. That's really cool. I haven't made much when it comes to sewing and this and that, but I was in home economics class in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and they had us make, I believe a pillow was one of the ideas there, if I remember correctly. I think we don't have it anymore. I think that's the one thing that's gone. I think I made a stuffed animal, and I keep forgetting to ask my sister about it. We saw her last week, and I didn't mention it. I thought I gave it to her, but I might be mistaken. And then Vintage Style by Joe, though, is going to make really vibrant, colorful things. She's going to give us not just the ideas of what kind of materials and fabrics we can make things with, or how we can utilize some of the scraps we might have, but she's going to give us tips and tricks for how we can get things done. Some of the mistakes we don't want to make. She'll help us with the patterns and then thinking about making different blocks to prepare for the different things that we're going to make. This creator gets into pillows and quilting and mug rugs and stockings, like I mentioned, and I've seen her take ordinary things from around the home and turn them into vibrant, colorful, homemade ideas. This creator has gotten into 2,600, 3,400 views on some of these shorts videos, and I've seen her live stream many times before. It's been a while, a month already since I caught her the last time, but you can see she's a dynamic creator. She's always showing detail, now with a multicam setup. Oh, she's actually got a StreamYard panel there, I see, where she's doing a multicam setup where you're able to get an even better look at how she's creating some of the things she's showing us. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. She's working on 2,800 subscribers. I know she has to be excited about that. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel up onto the screen. Timmy has me just shaking my head like in every stream at some point, right? Some of the different ideas that come from Timmy Does Everything. He's a longtime friend. That's Timmy the Racing Channel. So I'm overtime. I didn't mean to do that. Quilting in the Country, Lori is here. We've got just barely enough time to get through this channel and one more. I've dropped a link for Kristen Walton's premiere. I'll see everybody over there. I'll get through the last two channels as quickly as I can, but thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment. Please forgive me for the channels we didn't get through today. We'll do as much as we can on the next stream. It's already posted on our front page thanks to our moderators. I hope everybody will connect with them. Come over to Kristen Walton's. You'll be able to keep meeting friends over there. Quilting in the Country, Lori has over 500 subscribers now, well locked in with 520, and this creator is going to help us not just with quilting but more crafting as well. I know that this creator is incredibly supportive because I've run into them in other people's premieres and live chats as well. I'm always happy to see creators supporting each other. They've got some homesteading style content here, a lot of outdoor footage. They bring us into their home for some crafting as well at 1,500 and 2,000 views on some of these, and then live streams as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. Have I not caught you 3 months ago? It's been a long time since I've caught you for a live stream, but I got notification bells on for every single channel, so then hopefully I'll catch you for another one again soon. Last channel we're going to look at tonight is Sarah Prestwood, and this is another enthusiastic creator, and she has been here for I think every stream since finding us. As a matter of fact, the master of all movies, Prestwood DVD collector. She's going to give us reviews of different DVD collections that she gets from different places. I watched one of these the other day. I'm going to put another one into my catch-up list right now to see what she's got going on. There's some shorts over here. These have gotten into 2,200, 2,400, 6,800 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these live streams. I don't think I've caught you for a live stream yet, but I got the notification bell on, of course. So hopefully everybody will connect. Come over to Kristen Walton's. I'll see you over there. Forgive the quick exit and enjoy the Super Bowl. See everyone soon. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Superchat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Superchat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Superchat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Super Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Super Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Super Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen. With loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Super Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Super Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.